Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to this week's edition of the Coaches Show with Coach Rusty Dowling of the Texas City Stingarees. I might add the 3-1 Texas City Stingarees after a real big win over the Conroe Tigers last Friday night. Got started kind of slow, but picked it up, and kind of unusual in these parts here in Texas City. They don't usually come from behind.
It started off real slow, right?
Yeah, very slow.
It started real slow, slow enough that it concerned us at the very beginning. Conroe's a real good football team. The one thing after reviewing the game and talking to the coaches and talking to the players, the one thing that we were all in agreement on is from watching Conroe is from game one to this game, they have improved dramatically. Coach Etheridge and his staff have done a great job there at Conroe, just improving them within the last 4 weeks. From the game they opened up with Spring Westfield until they played Texas City and finished the night with Texas City, they've improved 100%. I mean, they're a fine football team, and I look for them to do well this year. I really think they're still going to go on and have a real good year. Their kids got after it, played hard, played with a lot of enthusiasm, they're very aggressive.
That's something I noticed from the get-go.
They're very well coached, very well disciplined, very well organized, and they're going to be a team to contend with. He's on the right track right there. I'm just glad we were able to come on when we had to and pull out the win.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the ball game here. Rock Cartwright.
Great name for a running back, isn't it?
Great name for a running back. I tell you, if he was just a little bit bigger, it might fit a little better. But no, Rock Cartwright was a very good running back for Conroe the other night.
Rock was big enough for us.
Rock was big enough for y'all. Yeah. You missed a few tackles early. Cartwright had 95 yards in the first quarter. Just by himself, and then that one 53-yard touchdown run that put us behind early.
Well, that run he had when he just broke out of the pack, when you watch it on tape, we've got the thing completely shut off. I mean, we've got everyone there, and everyone is trying to grab him, but no one's very successful at doing it, and all of a sudden he just bounces off to his left and just races by everyone. And the thing that was so impressive about it was when he kicked in the afterburners there, because the kid can run. He's got some speed, too. And when he got to about the linebacker level and was starting to put it on, he ran right by us. And we had a couple defensive backs back there that can run, Tyrone and Joe Grant, and they couldn't catch him. So when he got a full head of steam going, he was tough to stop, and well, he did on that particular play. But he had a real good first quarter. They did some different things. They changed up some blocking schemes and did a good job of preparing for us. And they started off fast. They started off good, and Rock Cartwright came out of the chute ready to go.
Yes, he did. I tell you, and so did the whole Conroe Tiger football team.
Yeah, they did. They were ready to play. Yeah.
Okay, a couple of the things that I noticed in the game the other night. Like I said, we started slow, but probably the first 12 or 13 minutes of the game, first 12 or 13 minutes of the game, we just seemed real lethargic. What changed that? What did we do to change that?
Well, when we left the field house to come out to the game field, the kids were really ready to play. They were pretty hyped up and ready to go. And I think that game was an excellent game for us as far as experiencing that type of a ball game against that quality of an opponent and still coming from behind to win the ball game. But when we started off, it was like we were at that stage where someone else on the defense was going to let someone else make the big play. And it was just a matter of, in watching that tape, where we might take a play on with the wrong shoulder, or we didn't really wrap up well enough. It wasn't that we were out of alignment. It wasn't that we didn't play with some intensity. We did, but we just weren't making the plays. It was just one of those things where we're there, but we weren't wrapping up. Might take the isolation on with the wrong shoulder. Those kind of things. And, against good teams, that can get you beat. And that's how we started out. And fortunately, we kind of got out of the doldrums a little bit and, got a wake-up call. And the second half of the second quarter is, I think, when we started to come on a little bit and realize that we better get going, we better take it up a notch, and otherwise we're going to get ourselves beat. And I think that's really when we kind of kicked it in and got going.
Well, it's a good thing we kicked it in. Ended up with a 21-13 win.
Right. Yeah. Good win.
Good win. Very good win against, like you said, a quality 5A football team.
Yeah. They were, as I said, a well-coached team, and they're going to be heard from here in the future. They've got a good program, and we were just very fortunate we were able to beat them.
Okay. Okay, folks, that'll do it for this section. When we come back, we're going to talk about the players of the week from last week's game.
At Village Pizza and Seafood, you're gonna like what you eat. Homemade pizza and pasta dishes, great subs, salads,
back, folks, to this section of the Coach's Show with Rusty Dowling of the Texas City Stingarees. I'm your host, Rick Gillum. In this section, we're going to concentrate on plays of the week. And there were a few pretty big plays the other night in our football game.
Real big plays, right.
Yeah, none the least of the touchdown pass to Joe Grant that get us on the board first.
Which was the exact same play that we ran against Baytown Lee and just about pulled it out. It was the exact same play. It's called 66. It's the name of the pass play. And Joe Grant did a good job of running the route and getting open, and Adrian threw a great ball to him. In fact, it's interesting when you watch the tape, Adrian threw it to Joe before Joe even got out of the first part of his route.
That's how it's supposed to be done, though.
Yeah, it's not really a timing route, but he threw it when he knew that the defensive back had already committed, so Adrian threw it in behind him, and it was a beautiful pass. And good catch and good run by Joe, and boy, did we need that at that time. That was a real key momentum builder for us, to go in right before the half. So that was a big play.
Yeah, it would have made a big difference instead of going in 7-0.
That's right. It was a big play.
Yeah, very big play. Someone else that made a few big plays the other night was our senior fullback, Desmond Powell. Had some real good runs, and here's a few of them.
Yeah, you know, this was the first time we've had a back go for over 100 yards this year, and I think it's probably the first time Desmond's been over 100 yards.
I believe so.
For quite some time, anyway. You know, he's had some 80 and 90-yard games, but we thought he ended up with around 117 yards or somewhere in that general area.
11 carries, yeah.
But he had some good, tough runs. Did a real good job running the counter. We ran that inside counter, the fullback counter, where we pulled the guard and tackle. And we've got to give some credit to our guards and tackles, Carlos Romero and Tommy O'Connell. And then on the other side, Mario Carpenter and Hector Rihanna just did a great job with the kick out and the tackle coming up through. And Travis at center did a good job of blocking back. They really did a good job on those counters that Desmond was running. We had real good success running that play. And, of course, Desmond just does a great job blocking, too. He's just a real sledgehammer in there when it comes to blocking. He's a real key guy for us in that backfield.
One of the things that impressed me the night about him, and I guess your coaches and coaching staff, is that unfortunately on one play he got hit and fumbled the ball. But the very next time we got the ball, you guys showed a lot of confidence in him and came right back to him, and he reels off 40, 45 yards on the next play.
Oh yeah, we're always going to come back to Desmond.
Yeah.
Desmond's one of those guys, you know, you never leave hanging. Desmond is one of those people you can count on time after time after time, and you know, he does a super job, and he's a real key component of that offense and the football team.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a good player.
Another good play here is of course, they're becoming the Steve Young, Jerry Rice combination, it looks like. It's Adrian Acosta to Ray Ramirez for another touchdown, a big touchdown. In fact, the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, they're playing well together right now. You know, Ray's doing a good job of running his routes and catching the ball. He did a good job in the game of on the 80 route where he broke to the out and caught the ball. Had to leave his feet to do it. You know, had to dive for the ball, but the ball was very well thrown. And yeah, those two are doing well together, and they seem to be on the same wavelength when it comes to making the reads and Adrian throwing the ball. They're doing a great job, and Adrian has got 5 touchdown passes this year already. Yeah. So, yeah, they're both playing real well right now.
Yeah, they look really.
And Ray's also contributing quite a bit on defense too, and doing a good job there.
Well, that's good. Let's talk about that defense a little bit, and because they, you know, after starting slow tonight, they came on and did a real good job. And one of the reasons was Daniel Damian.
Yeah, he had a great game. He was all over the field, making tackles, contributing on special teams. But perhaps one of the biggest plays of the night was when he tackled the quarterback for a big loss. And there was a fumble that occurred. We got the fumble, and then on the ensuing drive, we went down and scored. And that was a big, big turnaround. It was on a big play. They were down in our area of the field, and it was a major play. And I think Conroe was probably one of Daniel Damian's best games he's ever played defensively. He just did a great job. He was all over the field and figured in on, gosh, just 80 to 90% of all the plays. He was in on that many plays, and he was very key figure for us Friday night.
He got his hand on a long field goal by Conroe.
Right.
What's that, 3 or 4 blocks already this year?
That's right. Yeah, he knocked it off course. He got a hand on it and knocked it off course a little bit, and then with some of the other attempts they tried, you know, he put some pressure on him too, and they saw him lined up outside, just as we do. If we know that there's someone really good on that outside going to come after it, you know, you have a tendency to hurry it up. So, you know, he takes a lot of pride in that too. He works on it real hard. Yeah. It's a big challenge for him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. He's fun to watch too.
Yeah, he is. He does a fine job.
That's going to do it for the plays of the week. When we come back, we're going to do the players of the week.
Cellular One, the one telecommunications company for your cellular service. Cellular One, a company started in Galveston County, has the largest home service.
The Coach's Show with Texas Stingray head football coach Rusty Dowling over here on my left. Now we're going to talk about the players of the week this week. And Russ, like I tried to say a little bit earlier, it looks like we have a few new names on the list this
Well,
week.
we do have some, ones that we do count on, but some that are starting to come out and win these awards for the first time.
Right.
Our MVP on offense this week, maybe to no one's surprise, Desmond Powell. Desmond just did a great job running the ball. A lot of hard runs, put the shoulder down. Really the consummate fullback. Likes to run over people. Just soon try and run you over as run around you.
Yeah.
And does a great job blocking too for the tailbacks. Adrian and Everett and Kevin does a super job there. But a real impact player for us. Having him in the offense really is a big factor for us because we'll call certain plays with him in there that we wouldn't if he's not in there, and that's how much of an impact and a key player he is for us. So Desmond was our MVP on offense, played very well against Conroe, played very well when we needed a lift from the offense, and he definitely gave it to us.
And no penalties this week.
And no penalties this week. Yeah, no penalties this week. He got up and did his dance, but he did it to our audience. And no penalties, no penalties. Our MVP on defense this week was Daniel Damian. As we stated earlier, Daniel was all over the field making plays, making big plays, and none bigger than the sack of that quarterback for a loss. But he also played very well on special teams. Got his hand on the extra point attempt, and also got his. And he's also our long snapper.
Yeah, I thought you mentioned that a while ago.
He long snapped and did a very, very good job there. And he was our MVP on defense. And he's also our MVP at special teams because of that. Because of that. And he just did a great job there, too. So Daniel was a double winner. And as I said, probably had his best game that he's had since he's been playing at Texas City. Had an outstanding ball game. And it was a good game for him to have a good game, too, because we needed that lift. Our scout team player of the week is a young man named Adam Dixon. Now, Adam is one of our tight ends who has just recently been moved to fullback. And we put him at fullback this week to try to give us a good look at, they had a kid named Wes Patton who was number 28 that was one of their fullbacks. Now, they didn't really play the scheme we thought they were going to play in our game, but we prepared all week for it because that's what we'd seen on tape. Well, Adam came in and was number 28 through the week of practice and just did a great job. In fact, he did such a good job, we've decided to move him to fullback. So he's going to be playing fullback the rest of this year, and I think he's probably going to, hopefully anyway, see a little bit more playing time. So,
that's great.
But Adam did a great job. Our leadership award this week went to one of our team captains, Travis Lewis. Travis has won it twice already. Team captain, just a good inspiration of the team, good leader, one of the best that we've had, does a great job. And our total commitment award winner this week is Joe Grant. Joe had a good ball game last week against Houston Jones, had another good ball game this week. Plays offense, defense, on the special teams, and really goes about his job very quietly, and has figured into a lot of key plays for us already. We're 4 games into the season, and Joe Grant's figured into some key plays for us, offensively and defensively. If you think about it, the play at Baytown Lee, the touchdown pass against Conroe, the interception against Wheatley that ended up getting, unfortunately, called back. But Joe has been in on some real key plays for us. So Joe Grant is our Total Commitment Award winner, and those are the award winners from the Conroe game.
Okay, that's the award winners for this week. And when we come back, we're going to talk about injuries.
Precision Tent and Truck Accessories at number 24 Highway 146 North is locally owned and operated. Stop by and see Paul Manley and his friendly crew for window tinting, truck grills, bed rails, bed liners, running boards, and bumpers. Lower your insurance cost with the installation of an anti-theft alarm. Precision Tent also offers complete turnkey installation with any purchase. Get the right look. Stop by Precision Tent and Truck Accessories today.
Welcome back, folks. This segment we're going to talk about injuries, and fortunately there aren't a whole lot, but the one that is, I guess, on everybody's mind is our starting quarterback, Irvis Hill.
Yeah, Irvis, what he did Friday is he just stepped on the outside of his ankle, got a slight sprain, and he's going to be okay. He'll be ready to go. He'll probably get most of the week of practice in this week, and but he should be fine. We at this stage we're anticipating starting Adrian and having Irvis come in relief, I guess, so to speak. But outside of Irvis, everyone is healthy. Outside of the normal bumps and bruises and everything, at this stage everyone will be available for Friday. And Irvis is really the only one, I think, that that did get banged up a little bit, that did not go back in the ball game. So we think we're in pretty good shape there.
What's the status on Derek Whitener still?
Derek is going to be working out this week. I doubt that he'll play at Silsbee or be ready to play, but we're hoping that maybe the Lamarck week he'll be ready to go. I know he's desperately wanting to get back in and play, and he's been out for a while now. And but he's going to start his running and this, that, and the other this week, and hopefully he'll be ready for Lamarck. But I guess we just have to wait and see how the knee responds.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about our opponent for this week, the Silsbee Tigers.
Right.
It's the second week in a row we're going to be playing a Tiger.
Tigers. That's right.
Hopefully we can move to 4-1. I know we're 3-1 right now, and that's. I think I mentioned in one of my stories the other day that we're 3-1 for the first time since the 1988 season. But let's work on Silsbee this week.
Yeah, they hopefully our luck against these Tigers will be better than the ones we had at Conroe. At least the way we started the ball game anyway. With Silsbee, Silsbee has historically been a good football team. The one thing that Silsbee does have, they got some speed. They got some kids that can go. Their offense, they run pretty much a one-back offense, and they feature their offensive attack around their running back, Dietrich Spearman. Now, he's number 28, and he can go. He's not a big kid. He's about 5'7", probably 160 pounds, but he's a track man, 100-meter man, and he can go. If he gets on the outside, he can fly.
The Rock Cartwright type.
Well, not as big, maybe just a little bit faster than Rock Cartwright too. And but he can go. They like to run the option. They like to run the dive play with him. They'll run the toss play with him, and he can get out and go. And he'll also he will put his shoulder down, take you on too. He will do that. He's a good back. I'm real impressed with him. Quarterbacks, they play two different quarterbacks, a kid named Salinas and Jackson. Salinas seems to be the kid they go with most of the time. He does a good job running the option, throwing the ball, running the boot passes and things like that. So you're going to see pretty much on offense a spread type of an offense, a couple receivers. Every now and then they'll play with a tight end. They like to spread you out and then take advantage of the creases that you leave by lining up, and they do a good job. They really do a good job. Defensively, they'll run a multiple defense. They'll run a 52 defense, and they'll run a 4-3. But they have a defensive tackle who is a returning second-team All-State player, a kid named Josh Wissonet, number 77. Look for him because he is a player. He is probably the best defensive lineman that we have faced this year. He is really good. He's going to be playing across most of the game for Mario Carpenter. So Mario has a real big challenge ahead of him this week. And this kid's a good ball player. They run well to the ball. As I said, it sort of complements what I said earlier about their speed. They got excellent team speed, and it's their homecoming game.
Oh, boy.
And I know they're looking forward to playing us and getting on the win track, and they see us as a win. I'm sure that they do. We've got to travel up there to Silsbee, which is about a 2-hour trip for us, and go play them. So it's a brand new opponent for us, for our kids, for our coaches, and but an opponent that's nevertheless a good football team. And so we're gonna have to play well to beat Silsbee. It's gonna be a good matchup.
What is their record right now?
Their record, I believe they're 1-3 right now. They got beat last week in a real tight ball game, but they've been in some close ball games. I think there's only been one ball game where they really were out of it going into the fourth quarter. The rest of the time, they've been in them all the way. In fact, in that one ball game, turnovers just killed them. Just killed them. But this running back that they've got is terrific. And defensive lineman I was telling you about, he is a super player. So they've got some real good, talented athletes. And they always have had in the past. I know Lamarck's played them several times in the playoffs. And Silsbee's a fine football team. So it's going to be a good matchup between Texas City and Silsbee.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's work hard this week and get us another Tiger. Go 4-1 and then work on those Cougars.
You bet.
All right. That'll do it for this week, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
right, thanks.
As the Stings take the field, we want to welcome you to Kirby Memorial Stadium in Silsbee for tonight's contest between Texas City and the Silsbee Tigers. I'm Ronnie Hazard along with Dennis Johns, and we're here to bring you all the action from tonight's game. Dennis, it's good to have you back after a game behind the public address mic. What do you think about tonight?
Man, I'm excited to be here. I tell you what, Silsbee looks like they're fired up too. They have got a full crowd, full stands across the way, and it's their homecoming night, and going to be an exciting game between as the Tigers take on the Stings.
That's right. Their homecoming parade will be tomorrow. Always a big, exciting time for anybody's homecoming. I'm not real sure that I like playing on somebody else's homecoming.
Well, I kind of agree with that, and Silsbee is about due for a win. They're 1-3 on the season, and they've had a defeat just last week against Liberty. And the Stings, of course, are coming off an excellent win last week, real strong win, and it's going to be a great contest tonight.
Exactly. The captains are taking the field, meeting at midfield for Texas City, number 42, Desmond Powell.
Captains for tonight's game for Texas City Stingerees.
Number 6, Damian Daniels, and number 75, Travis Lewis.
Number 42, Desmond Powell.
And across the way, we have from the Tigers, Trey Carr, number 9, number 70, who looks like he's not suited up tonight, but a captain as well, Doug Eddings, and looks like number 10, Robert Arline, and 53 is Roy Beal.
Silsbee's elected to receive to start the game, and we'll get it underway here in just a minute. Dennis, what are you expecting from the night?
Well, I tell you, Silsbee has been in playoffs throughout the past few years, and actually last year ran into Lamarck, and so they have got a great program here, and actually are a good football program, and so should be a great contest again. As I said before, Coach Dowling was talking about today that we're going to have definitely a stepped up intensity level from the Stings from the very first snap all the way through the end of the game. and we're trying a couple of different things on defense. We should see hopefully an intense defense from the first snap tonight.
Well, Texas City brought a good crowd with them.
Sure did.
Lots of folks here tonight.
And I think this is the longest distance that Texas City has had to travel. I know it will be this year. And this is a good indication that the fans have showed up and the fans are supporting the Stings like they are.
Number 30, Frederick McGrew. Number 26, Ronald Robinson. And number 11, Ramsey Gaines.
Back deep to receive for the Tigers, Ramsey Gaines. Number 22, I believe that's Chris Simmons. And number 30, Frederick McGave. I'll get that right in a minute.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say.
Yeah. Of course, Paul Lopez has got the ball teed up, and we are ready for action. Takes the ball, and Ray Ramirez gets in there and just jumps all over him to begin the ball game. I tell you what, Ray is fired up, and he's got the special teams fired up. Ray came straight through. I don't think anybody even touched him on a block through. And the Tigers will take over on the Sting's 12-yard line as we begin. Again, the intensity level looked like we're starting off in a good place, Ronnie.
Exactly. You know, Rusty said that his concern last week was starting off slow. And we want to get off to a good start, and Ray definitely got us off to a good start on that one.
We'll bring those starters to you in just a minute. I tell you, Ronnie, you got number 6 at quarterback, and I don't have a name for him.
I bet he's got one, but it's not on our roster.
Yeah, we'll find that. We'll find that. Put a research department to work on that.
There you go.
3-yard pickup, second down, 7.
There's a gain of about 3 on that play, Dennis, so it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Tigers.
We'll call him Salinas. I believe that's right.
Okay.
Salinas runs the option, hit the missed pitch, and ball's covered up.
Dietrich Spearman was the one he pitched to, but it wasn't even close anywhere near Mr. Spearman. All he could do was fall on the ball to keep from losing it.
I think had a little too much action there from the defense as the right side of the defense stepped in there to take over. Dietrich Spearman is the back that Coach Dowling talked about we're going to have to watch. He gets the ball outside, has some excellent speed. In fact, I don't think you want to see him hit into the secondary.
No. 3rd and long, about 15 yards to go for a first.
Salinas does the fake, and he's putting the ball up. Got Damien out there going for the ball. I tell you what, great defense. Damien turns around at the right time and slaps the ball down.
Pass was intended for Ricky Jackson, but like you said, a great job on the defense. Texas City should get really good field position.
Should have. I think we've got a little bit of, well, actually, flag is still, as I said that. I was going to say we have a little bit of wind coming from the east. Jackson is back to punt for the Tigers. Very close to a block. DeAndre Long on the return. Oh, we got a late hit in there. I think no one saw it. Scared right in the back. So
there is a flag in the middle of the field. DeAndre got about 15 yards on that punt return. We'll see what the question is. Preliminary signal is holding.
As the discussion goes on here, looks like they will, of course, take the penalty. DeAndre had some room to run on that one.
10-yard penalty stepped off against Texas City for an illegal block. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Stingrays. They have the ball.
Stings will take over 1st and 10.
Still not bad field position
No,
for
it's definitely not.
their first possession tonight.
It's nice when you get to take the ball over in the territory that's familiar. Stings are taking it in from the 49-yard line inside the 50. Great field possession to start off with. Adrian Acosta will do the quarterback chores for the Stings tonight. He looks to pass on the first, and Ray Ramirez has his man beat. And ball in and out of his hands as a bump happens right on the play. Ramirez actually had his man beat there.
Robert Arline was defending for Silsbee on that play, and yeah, they did definitely go up together.
Again, the Stings starting wide receiver Ray Ramirez. He's had a great year this year. He's
if I'm not mistaken, I believe he has 5 catches on the year, 4 of those for touchdowns.
Adrian Acosta at the helm. Pitches back to Everett Rawls, and Everett's got some running room there. He picks up the first down, and
Joe Grant threw a great block over the far side.
Sure did.
Nice
Sure
block
did.
to spring in for that extra 5 to 7 yards that he got.
And the chains are moving for the Stings. They look like he picked up about 13 on that
13
play.
there, exactly.
I tell you what, it's kind of exciting to see. Again, Coach Dowling talked about the Stings attacking in this game, and I think it's kind of exciting to see come out and throw the big pass the first play of the game.
Right.
Looks like things to come. Should be exciting. Acosta takes the snap and gives again to Rawls, and again, Rawls puts it right up the center, and we've got a flag.
It's in the defensive backfield.
Yes. Looked like a late hit, but I'm not sure exactly what we're going to have. Let's look at that on the replay and see what we can determine. Oh, we've got it's like a legal block. Seems like the flag came in way after the play. And as the discussion happens here, we will watch the signal and watch them mark this off. Stings will have to cut out the penalties. We definitely cannot have the mistakes against a team like Silsbee.
You know, they came out really fired up, and sometimes you can be just a little bit, I don't know if you can ever be too fired up, but it can have some disadvantages at times. But I think they're settling down. That'll tend to settle you down.
That's right. We're back to 1st down and 11. And Acosta will take the snap from Travis Lewis and pitch again to Rawls, and Rawls has some open area. And again, we have a flag on the play.
He picked up enough for the first, again on that run of about 12, maybe 13 yards.
We have it again against the Stings. Looked like a hold this time as the preliminary signal goes. Everett Rawls again is having an excellent season, and he has picked up some good yardage, starting off tonight with a bang. I tell you.
The good thing about it too, he has shown them. They've run over both sides of that line.
That's right.
We've talked about the left side this, left side that, and Texas City's running off both sides and getting some good yardage. Maybe it's because of the holds.
I tell you. Well, the flag came from the other side of the field. That's what I can't figure on that one.
Interesting.
But we've got already 3 penalties, 3 big penalties. 15 yards apiece, each one of them.
We've ran, 4 plays, and we're back to our original line of scrimmage.
That's right. So here we go. Acosta takes the snap, and he does the fake. He comes around. He's got Ray open. He's going to keep it. Excellent block by Jermaine Anderson to spring Acosta for the first down, and he picks up the yardage. Beautiful play. I tell you what, Ronnie, did you see Jermaine come back and open the block up?
Tremendous block right at about the first down marker, and for 10 yards from it, a great move, just staying in bounds. He was finally brought down by number 23, Jason Hollyfield, but again, not before we pick up the first down.
About 29 yards on that carry. And again, Ramirez just behind his man, and as Acosta came around the corner, that gap closed a little bit, and Acosta chose to keep, and a good choice, but had some great help on the play. Give to Rawls on the right side, and he is jammed up there. Looks like he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like we have a Sting down on the field. I believe that's Mario Carpenter.
We have an official timeout on the field.
Dennis, let's take a timeout here. This is the Sting Sports Network.
Is your auto glass not feeling well? Maybe it has the creeping crack disease, or maybe it's had a run-in with a highway pebble, or perhaps it's just a total fatality. The expert glass doctors from the Windshield Doctor in Lamarck perform cosmetic surgery on rock chips and cracks, and if necessary, the Windshield Doctor performs complete transplants. Come to the Windshield Doctor, 1206 Highway 3 in Lamarck, for all of your auto glass, hubcaps, cellular phone, and pager needs today.
We were just having some discussion here. We are back on this network. We were just talking about the starting lineup. Adrian Acosta at quarterback, Everett Rawls fullback position. He just cut, and looks like he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards.
Carlos Romero got a nice block on the right side of the line right about the end, and sprung in for that extra couple of yards that he had. Dennis, why don't you go ahead and finish out the starting lineup?
All right, again, Everett Rawls at tailback, number 42, Desmond Powell, fullback, Ray Ramirez at flank left, Marco Vasquez at wide receiver, Tommy O'Connell left tackle, Mario Carpenter left guard. As you say, Derek Whitener just came in to replace him. Travis Lewis at center, Carlos Romero at right guard, and Hector Riano right tackle, and Jermaine Anderson at tight end. And Adrian Acosta behind Travis Lewis taking the snap, and we got flags on the play. Probably looks like offsides as the pitch goes to Rawls again. We will see which way we go with this. Saw some action on the offensive side, defensive side.
It is offsides. Called against Silsbee.
Well, we got one to go the Sting's way, and that'll push it on past the down marker.
5-yard penalty stepped off.
Texas City's going to start over at about the 10-yard line. Yes, we're at the 10-yard line.
And it is 10 and goal. Huddle breaks. Travis Lewis advances to the ball. Adrian Acosta will take the snap. He's looking for a receiver. He's got some pressure on the backside. And a little too high for Ramirez in the back of the end zone. Actually in the middle of the end zone.
Ray had a step on him, but ball
He sure
just
did.
a little bit high. Plenty of time. Texas City's made a nice comeback after starting this drive out awfully slow with all the penalties, but they've recouped, regrouped, and
that's right. You look at the penalties and you think that we started with the ball on the 49-yard line. We've had 45 yards of penalties against us, so they've done a lot of gaining ground.
yes.
This is like an 80-yard touchdown drive, is that right?
Right.
If Sting's take it on in. Acosta takes a snap and gives the cross on to Desmond Powell. Desmond takes it down to the 2-yard line before he is hit. I tell you what, Desmond is really covering up that ball, as he does, as is his style.
Nice fake. He had about half the defense going with Everett on that one on the fake pitch.
Second, third down. Goal to go for Texas City.
I don't know if you'd call that a bread and butter play for the Stings, but they use that play very effectively.
And it has been nice to go to it. Yes.
Exactly. That has helped, has gotten Texas City quite a few yards on the grounds.
3rd and 2. We need to punch it in right here.
Got the strong backfield. The give is to Rawls, and he takes it on over up into, looks like he's got the one the referee's going to give him a mark.
John Wisnat makes the tackle, stopped at shoulder to goal line.
Be an interesting decision for Rusty. What do you think, Coach John?
Well, I'm not going to try to second guess old coach.
I know, you're stuttering to see if Paul Lopez is coming in.
Yeah, I was looking for the punt, looking for the kick. And I think the fans are happy with this decision.
They're on their feet. 4th and less than a yard. Desmond Powell never crawls in the backfield.
Costa gives to Desmond, and he just flips over for the touchdown.
He got hit as soon as he got the ball, so
He
that
sure
second effort by Desmond punches it in for the Stings.
Desmond kept the feet moving and punched that one on in. And Ronnie, that's exactly what I would have done as a coach. I would have gone ahead and gone for it.
I think that's a good call, Dennis. Super idea.
Easy to say now, huh?
Maybe you'll be a coach one day.
Well. Jody Kleinhands in for the point after try. Acosta is holding. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is through the uprights for good. At 5 minutes and 44 seconds left, the Stings score 7-0. We're going to take a timeout, Ronnie, and this is the Stings.
About 80 yards total by the time the penalties got all over with. Texas started out a little rough with some holding calls and some illegal blocks, but they recouped and again just stuck with it and gave it that second effort. This is exactly what Rusty was talking about, needing to get off the ball quick and start the game out with the momentum and just keep it up the whole game.
I think the word he used was intensity.
Exactly.
It looks good on the field. Paul Lopez puts the ball up and in play, and he is putting that ball up. He's got some trouble on the reception. Going to have a late hit on that.
Yeah, he was already on the ground out of bounds, and late hit for Texas City.
Looks like the tackle was Joe Grant in on the tackle. And we're going to see a replay of that. We're going to see going to see who came down. Got a couple of guys getting down the field on the punts and just a couple of overruns.
McGrew had a hard time getting the handle on it, but then
there's
he did.
Joe, and there's
a little bit of a late hit.
DeAndre coming in a little excited about special teams.
Yeah.
That's going to take the ball away. I believe he was on about the 10. Maybe the 15, since it's up to the 30.
Yeah, moves it up to the 30-yard line. Silsbee will take over 1st and 10 from there.
They have the ball at their own 30-yard line.
Richard Salinas at quarterback. Salinas takes the snap and gives to Dietrich, and Spearman gets all the way over to the edge.
He's chased out of bounds over there by Jermaine Anderson.
How about the defensive starting lineup, Ronnie?
The defensive end for Texas City, number 89, Jermaine Anderson. Tackle for 60, Leroy Sherwood. Deion Christian will be the nose guard with John Thomas, the left tackle. Ryan Mills, the defensive end. Everett Rawls and Lance Dale will be your linebackers with Joe Grant and Marco Vasquez at the corners. Tyrone Jones will be the free safety, and Ray Ramirez back deep.
The Tigers take the ball with, look like they were going the 4 wide out route this time in the single back. Dietrich Spearman gets the call, gets the carry, and he's chased down by some Stings and taken down about the first down marker.
Right there, Adrian Acosta fought off a blocker and to make the tackle for the Stings.
And the officials give the go-ahead for the first down.
Adrian's coming off a little slow on that play.
And that's not a good sign at this point.
No,
of course,
not.
Irvis Hill is healthy, and his coach says, Dr. First says, is ready to go. Salinas calls the signals. Jermaine Anderson puts some pressure back in the back, and he's wrapped up after about a 7-yard gain.
That was Tyrone Jones for Texas City in on the stop. Looks like a gain of about 6.5, maybe 7 on the play.
Looks like Jermaine came through with some good pressure and was taken out by about 3 of the Tiger.
Yes, he definitely had his legs knocked out from underneath him.
He sure did. He's coming off the field right now. As Joel Drake heads in to take his spot. Salinas calls the signals, and he's looking to pass, looking for the short route. And he has his receiver. Oh, good defense.
He tries to put a move on Joe Graham, but Joe says, I'm staying here, and you're going down.
Sure does.
It's close to the first down. I believe the spot's going to give them the first down. Yes, it does.
Ricky Jackson on that reception, and again, that's one of the plays that you'll see the Tigers mix it up with. They'll do the short route, they'll put it long, and then they'll give it to Dietrich. And we've seen pretty well all the looks. I think we've seen all the looks already. I guess you'd call that a successful play. Gain 3 yards in the first down.
First down, right.
Salinas looks over the defense as he calls signals. Got a motion. Horace Wilson in motion.
Oh, what a hole.
Treese with a truck hole. Takes it in for the score. There's no linen on the field, and the umpire signals good.
You know, Dennis Rusty talked about the thing that scared him the most was the offensive line.
Exactly. And I think what we saw right there was Dietrich's speed, and he burst through the line.
Well, he did. Rusty said it would be a hard time catching them. He said Texas City really didn't have anybody to match their speed if they got through that first line of defenders.
Point after is down. Had some good pressure, but it's no good.
It's wide to the left.
Wide left.
Again, could be a big mixed extra point. Let's take a break here with 3:35 left to go in the first quarter. Texas City 7, Silsbee 6. This is the Sting Sports Network.
But we're here, and the Stings, Coach Dowling is shaking his head, and again, getting the Stings fired up with a quick burst. I believe that last touchdown run covered
48 yards.
48 yards.
I was watching the monitor there, Dennis, and watching the cheerleaders. They're still having a good time. Everybody's on their feet for this one as Silsbee gets ready to kick off.
Evic Rawls and Kevin Boutte back deep for the Stings.
Brad Sanford will do the honors for Silsbee. Nice run back here would be in order.
Yes, it would. The kick. Boutte takes the ball at the 13, and he hits a hole in the middle.
Nice run by Boutte. He's finally brought down by Eric Windsor, but not before he gets to about the 46-yard line.
I tell you what, Brian Abschneider comes into this varsity squad, and he lays a block there. And a couple other folks on the Stings lay a block and opened up some excellent running room for Kevin on that play.
Guess the way Brian was brought up game before last, if I'm not mistaken.
It'll be first and 10, Texas City. They have the ball at their own 46-yard line.
He took the ball at the 13. So that'd be what, a 34, 33-yard run back.
Sounds good to me.
We got a flag on the play. Penalty is illegal procedure against the Stings.
Well, the penalties are taking their toll already as Texas City's tried to get started on both of their possessions.
Travis Lewis heads back into the huddle, make sure he's sure of the count. Looks like Acosta is back, calls the signals. B.J. Walker in motion. The give is to Rawls, and he's back to the original line of scrimmage, +1.
Rawls, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 33, Ivan Jones.
+2 maybe, picks up 7.
Chris Simmons also in on the tackle. Second down. And 9.
Tell you what, Ronnie, it's a great night for football.
It is. It's a nice breeze through the flag that's starting to move a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Temperature has cooled off a bit. And looked like we have some good football weather, as last week as well.
nice to be among the pine trees for a little while.
Pass complete to Jermaine Anderson. Jermaine catches the pass and puts it on up for about 4 or 5 yards.
He's finally brought down by Chris Simmons, but he was wide open on the far side.
Number 22, Chris Simmons.
Nice pass, nice catch.
I tell you what, the Acosta is doing a good job also of completing the fake.
Yes.
You see pretty well the whole Silsbee defense takes the fake and allows Costa some time out there on the end to throw the ball. Ray Ramirez also had got behind his defender as well. So the receivers are doing a good job of getting open as well. Costa gives to Powell. Desmond,
Quick hold.
shoots up the middle. Looks like he'll pick up 7 or 8 yards on the carry.
Nice job of hitting the quick opening hole by Desmond.
It's good to see Desmond out there.
That's right, Dennis. I understand he was in the hospital a couple of days.
Been a couple of days in the
this week.
hospital.
Some type of an infection in his leg, if I understand right. But like Rusty said, like we've said a couple of times this year, I know the Friday night lights come on.
That's right.
And they're ready to play.
Can't keep a good man down.
Could have been a song. Nah, it never worked.
Right. Costa pitches to Rawls, and Rawls changes directions. He is shoestring tackled on about the 12-yard line, and there's a flag on the play.
That was a really nice job of Everett cutting across the grain once he broke through the line, but we'll have to wait and
Looks
see
like
what
a hold
You're right,
on
Dennis.
the
That's
offense.
what they're calling. We'll bring it back.
Penalty call goes against Texas City for holding.
You don't think they're looking for that, do you?
Same side. I was just fixing to talk about the excellent block on the offside.
Right. Taking a look at Coach Dowling there. I believe he's wondering what's going on himself as he pulls his hat down over his face for a second there. But he's right back to encouraging the guys again, saying, come on, guys, don't let it get you down.
Second down and 9. Acosta calls signals. Desmond Powell takes the ball up and Desmond bounces off like a pinball machine. Here we go.
Great run by Desmond.
And he is finally brought down by number 42 on that play, Joey Dunn. Desmond takes the ball down to about the 9-yard line.
It's like around a 31-yard, 32-yard run for Desmond as he just bounced off of defender like a pinball.
Never gave up on that play. Desmond with an excellent foot movement, hanging on to the ball.
We've talked about that several times, Dennis, you and I. Desmond never stops his feet from moving. And that's the mark of a good runner. Always keep those feet moving.
The benefit of that play, there's no flag.
Exactly.
We get to keep it.
How about that?
First and goal from the 9. Acosta fakes with a little bit of pressure. Got a wide open Jermaine Anderson. And it's touchdown. It's passed off. That's Joe Grant. He takes the deflection off of Anderson.
That's Robbie D.
Robbie D. I'm sorry, I said Anderson. Robbie D deflects the ball. A little too high for Robbie. Joe Grant comes in there with an excellent catch.
Heads up play by
Hopefully that'll be one we'll have to see again.
That's from our vantage point. Everybody stood up, and
Klein
it's hard to see who did what.
That's right. Klein hands in to kick. Acosta to hold. It's up and good. That's another 7 for Texas City with 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Texas City 14, Silsbee 6. We're going to take a timeout from your Texas City Stings Football Network.
We're back.
Texas City McDonald's. I was there today playing on the play equipment. They had to tell me to get off because I was too big, but we had a good time there.
Yeah, I knew they were going to catch you eventually.
Well, yes, we are back. And Ronnie, we were just talking about that play, and if ESPN were here, they would pick up they would pick that one up, and that would be the pod, the play of the day, I'm sure.
The play of the day. You know, that's twice now that Texas City has had the ball, and twice they've scored after slow starts with some penalties to slow them down just a little bit. But the Never Say Die Stings punched it in again.
I'll say again, I think the word is intensity. As Paul Lopez puts the ball, he's choosing a different receiver this time. Number 11, looking for some room to run, and he's initially met there by number 85, Quincy Williams, and then has some help from a few of the other Stings.
Silsbee's going to take over at the 15-yard line. Texas City's done a good job of keeping them back. See if we can hold them back there deep in their own territory.
You've got 35 seconds left in the first quarter, and Silsbee begins their possession, as Ronnie said, on about the 14, 15-yard line. Salinas calling the signals. And he gives to Dietrich. And Dietrich fumbles the ball. And
I believe they're going to say the ball was out of bounds and nobody got possession.
Was that caused that fumble? John Thomas out there, I believe.
A big hit by John, exactly.
With that contact.
Gain on the play of about 12 yards. It'll be first and 10.
Spearman looked up and said, wait a minute,
I forgot something.
I don't have what I came here with.
Fortunately for him, it went out of bounds.
That's right.
And it's still a first down.
I think he fumbled that ball forward for a touchdown, I guess.
Or a first down anyway.
I mean, first down. You got the 4 wideouts for the Tigers. Salinas calls the signals. And he's looking for a receiver this time with a fake and an incoming. Oh, it's almost picked off by Marco Vasquez.
In and out of Marco's hands.
That's right. Pass intended for number 18, Tigers, Tremaine Arline. And ball thrown a little bit behind Arline.
Yeah, the quick drop by the quarterback, Salinas. I'm impressed with his arm. He was a little bit behind the receiver, but he's shown us some good passing abilities.
Impressed with Marco also not biting into the fake. Salinas pumped a little bit, and Marco stayed right there
There was
on top of the play.
definitely some pressure by the defensive line on that one, too, to make him hurry that up.
Salinas again calling signals, and he runs around the end. He's going to keep and chase from behind.
Lance Dale was the one chasing him and finally caught up with him.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter of play.
Texas City 14, Silsbee 6. We're going to take a timeout at the end of the first quarter from your Texas City. We're going to take a commercial timeout here with your Texas City Football Network.
Precision Tent and Truck Accessories at number 24 Highway 146 North is locally owned and operated. Stop by and see Paul Manley and his friendly crew for window tinting, truck grills, bed rails, bed liners, running boards and bumpers. Lower your insurance cost with the installation of an anti-theft alarm. Precision Tent also offers complete turnkey installation with any purchase. Get the right look. Stop by Precision Tent and Truck Accessories today.
To be back on the air after 1 week of being off, and we'll talk about it here in just a minute, Dennis.
Salinas takes the ball, a quick drop back, looks outside, hits number 3.
He's got through a
Ricky
couple of
Jackson
tackles.
has got some room. It's caught from behind.
Pass is complete to number 3, Ricky Jackson.
Trying to do some arm tackling there. Stingeries were. And,
Dion Christian with the from behind tackle.
we want to thank our sponsors again for tonight's game. Hoffman's Lumber Company, McDonald's of Texas City, Scribbles, Computech, Village Pizza and Seafood, Precision Tent, The Windshield Doctor, Wise Buy Warehouse, Cellular One, Texas City Travel, Texas City Karate Academy, JR Ad Specialties. We appreciate their business, their sponsoring of this broadcast today.
Christian Salinas at the quarterback. gives to Detrice Spearman, and Detrice avoids one defender. Dion Christian breaks through the line, and Detrice dodges and then goes ahead and goes outside to pick up about 6 yards, 6, 7 yards.
And Joe Grant finally got in to make the tackle.
On the play of 7 yards, second down and 3.
It's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down.
Just thinking about that last play previous, the completion, the quick out completion. Had two receivers on the over on the side. Looked like the defense bit on the short receiver, and Jackson was on the outside. Picked up about 30 yards on that play. Salinas gives to Spearman again, and Spearman breaks through the line. Jermaine Anderson catches him in the backfield and corrals him on down.
Yeah, I believe they have the first down. That offensive line of Silsbee is taking a little bit of control right here. The defensive line's going to have to dig in.
Four wideouts again for the Tigers. The fake to Spearman, and Salinas has some pressure from Jermaine Anderson. He just takes him around and throws him on down about the 39-yard line.
No way, no sir. Grabbed him by the shirt tail and tossed him about 3 yards behind where they were. Nice job by Jermaine.
That's about a 12-yard, 11-yard sack. We're going to get to look at that again. This is part. Had Jackson again streaking across towards the goal line. Second down and 21. Salinas looks, finds number 10 over on the corner.
Lindsey's pass complete to number 10.
Joe Grant finally forces him out of bounds.
Well, Robert Arline on the reception.
For the Stingarees.
He picks up about 10 yards, 10, 11 yards on the reception.
Still going to be, what, about 11 yards shy of a first down.
And 11.
Third and 11, and we'll see here. John Thomas came off the field for a little discussion, a little pep talk, and we're going to see if the defense can buckle up here. Christian doesn't like what he sees, steps back and calls a timeout. And we'll go to a commercial timeout with them. This is your Stings Football Network. I keep forgetting to announce.
Hoffman Lumber Company in Texas City, a locally owned and operated business, offers you the highest quality of building materials in the area. If it's a power saw you're looking for, or maybe a paintbrush, or maybe a can of paint, you'll find the brand you need. Drop by and see Steve, Roger, Chuck, or Cindy for friendly service and the highest quality. Hoffman Lumber Company, a friendly place to trade. Hoffman Lumber Company, building Texas City since 1951.
We're back in Silsbee once again. 9 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second quarter. Texas City up 14-6. Silsbee just called that timeout, had a third down and 11. Mr. Salinas looked over the defensive setup for Texas City and said, I think I want to talk about this, Coach. Both teams are coming back on the field now.
The PA announcer was just giving some scores from around the area. Silsbee is in District 19 4A, and Jasper is one of the teams in their district. I believe Jasper's up in the top 10 of 4A. So they'll have some competition here in their district. Salinas, with a third down decision at his hands, calls the signals and gives to Spearman up the middle, and no go.
He said immediately, really even behind the line by Jermaine Anderson, and then finished off by a couple of other guys. Looks like Ryan Mills is in on that one too. That'll bring up fourth down, and they, if they gained anything, it was 1 yard on the play.
12 yards for a first down.
And with the wind, the decision looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down, Dennis.
I guess at this point, it's probably about all they're gonna do. I think they're gonna look at their options here. Got 4 wideouts, and he's looking for a receiver, and he is open, and he is hit, and it's incomplete.
Nice breakup on that play by Joe Grant. That was not
Tyrone Jones.
Yes, I'm sorry, Tyrone Jones. Make a great defensive play.
He was the man of the minute right there because receiver Robert Arline came across the middle, and he was open.
Tyrone saw the whole thing. He was right behind him just waiting for the
Exactly.
hit. Did a great job.
Exactly.
Texas City takes over at the 26-yard line.
Definitely, you saw the defense step up there and did their job.
Well, it'd be nice to just go ahead and punch one more in right
Yeah,
here.
we'll take one of those.
Take about an 8.5, 9-minute drive here. It'd be okay. Finish out the half.
The give to Desmond Powell, and Desmond, his feet are still moving.
He was hit immediately by several guys from Silsbee, but he still ended up gaining about 3, maybe, well, we'll call it 3 yards on the play.
Josh Wisnett also went on the tackle for the Tigers.
Tackle there by Josh Wisnant. I tell you, Josh Wisnant is All-Stater from last year.
Yes, he was a second-team All-Stater last year.
Has been looked at by many Division I colleges.
Rusty was naming almost every big Division I school in this state, and I'm sure some more out of state that are looking at Mr. Wisnant.
We're talking about number 77. And you'll see him on quite a few plays. We've got a flag on the play. Looks like delay on the Stings.
Preliminary call, delay of game against Texas City.
That could be something tough for Texas City tonight. Fortunately, we haven't seen it much, but there is no play clock.
Right.
Texas City's used to looking up on either end of the field and seeing that play clock, and there isn't one here, and that could be understandably difficult.
Fortunately, the guys are used to getting the play in and getting it off, and that one, time just got away from them. Acosta calling signals with the fake, and he brings it around the edge and has Joe Grant turning around, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted by number 22.
That's Chris Simmons for Silsbee. Ball just a little underthrown.
Yeah.
Intercepted by number 22, Chris Simmons of the
But a tough pass as he's running laterally across the field and throwing basically across his body. A
That's
tough
right.
pass.
They have the ball at their own 37-yard line.
You saw Joe Grant realize that the ball wasn't going to get there, and as he turned.
Exactly. Joe just couldn't quite get back there in time. Nice job by Mr. Simmons to intercept it.
Salinas checks out the defense as he calls signals. He gives the fake to Spearman and looking for the open receiver. Just incomplete. Just out of the hands of Ramsey Gaines. Ramsey makes a dive for the ball.
Tyrone Jones was there on the defense for Texas City.
I tell you, Salinas was just short of setting up on that play. Had Ricky Jackson streaking across the middle again. A wide open Ricky Jackson. And very fortunate that he wasn't able to get his feet set before Jackson was streaking. Salinas calls signals as he this time hands to Spearman. Spearman takes it around the left side, decides to cut back in.
Stops made by Lance Dale with a little help from number 39, Deion Christian.
Brings up third down.
Big down for Texas City. Third and about 3, maybe 4.
Got about 7 minutes and a few seconds left in the half. And we'll see about the Texas City defense. We'd like them to get stingy right now.
Oh, here we go.
Salinas looking over the defense. And he pulls back and does the quick route to number 11. Ramsey Gaines. Of course, Rawls is right there.
and Marco Vasquez both, but the ball was well overthrown. Brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to bring in the punt unit this time.
Probably not a bad decision, Coach Johns.
Yeah, I don't think I would go for it on this play.
DeAndre Long's back for Texas City, standing at about his own 20-yard line.
That is Jackson doing the punting chores. DeAndre does not hold on to the ball, and looks like
Texas City, the referees are saying Texas City got it back.
That's right.
I'm not real sure how, but somebody got in
Looks
there
like
and scrapped for him.
DeAndre may have come up with
Yes,
the ball
believe it
with his
was
own
DeAndre.
fumble.
Nice recovery. He had the ball, lost it, had it again, just couldn't get the handle on it, and there were 3 Silsbee Tigers right there on top of him, and somehow DeAndre came back with it.
They have the ball at their own 23-yard line.
Big recovery.
From what I understand, DeAndre has no fear.
And that's about what you have to have, is no fear to be a punt returner.
As a punt returner, that is true.
You know, we haven't heard a lot from number 77, Mr. Wisnant.
No?
I believe John Thomas is doing a good job on him. Rusty said it would be his man.
Rawls looks for some room outside. He's going to change directions, and he gets caught up by all but one player of the Silsbee defense.
Number 2, Everett Rawls, the ball carry is met in the backfield by a whole host of Tigers. Number 53, Roy Bill leading the charge. Also in on the tackle, number 44, Pete Dard. Holyfield also in on the stop for the Tigers. A loss on the play of 7 yards. It's gonna bring up 2nd down.
Everett Rawls loses 7 on the play. Looking for some running room on around the right side of the play.
You know, I said John Thomas a while ago. Derek Whitener's in there doing a job on.
That's right. That's right.
On Wisnant.
And Whitener was doubtful for this game.
Yes.
They
Matter
give
of
to
fact,
Desmond.
Rusty said he wouldn't play.
Desmond again bounces off of a few of the defenders, and manages to pick up about 10 on the play. Actually 12. You know, sometimes those words just don't come out.
I know it. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, Dennis. I've been there.
3rd down and 7.
3rd down and 7 for the Stings. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. And Adrian Acosta looks things over. He fumbles the ball, and he tries to pick it up rather than fall on it, and the Tigers have it.
I'm not sure who fell on it. But you're exactly right. Instead of falling on it, Adrian tried to pick it up and still go. And
Took a couple of shots at picking it up and trying to make that 3rd down conversion. And
looks like Jack Kirkendall was the one to fall on the loose ball.
not a good position for Texas City at this point.
18-yard line.
Silsbee will take over at Texas City's 18-yard line.
This is where the defense is going to have to step up and keep that intensity level. Salinas at the quarterback. He will give to Spearman, and Spearman is met at the line.
He's going nowhere.
Number 28, Dietrich Spearman, the ball.
Looks like John Thomas, the first man to wrap up. And running into John Thomas is, I don't think that would be a pleasant experience.
No, it's good to see John back in there.
John Thomas making
Been
the
sitting
stop.
over here by Coach Reiser for a while.
Gain on the play of 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers.
Second down and 9 for the Tigers. Salinas takes, he fakes. He's looking, has Jackson in the end zone. He's not open. He keeps around the end and pushed out of bounds over on the far sideline. Cannot tell at this point if he made it past the first down marker.
Ryan Mills was the first one there to take him out of bounds.
Looks like he picks up about 6 on the carry, 6 or 7. Don't think it's going to be too close to the first down.
Bounds on about the 11-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down. The Tigers need a long 2 for a first down.
3rd and 2.
PA announcer also here at the stadium said a long 2.
The Stings hope to make it even longer as Salinas calls signals and gives to Spearman around the side, and he is tripped up.
Ryan Mills.
Leroy Sherwood underneath, and Ryan Mills on top to do the job on Spearman. He does gain a yard.
Yes, he did get a yard on it. I'm not even sure how he got that.
And
Going to bring up 4th down.
we see a 4th down.
Decision time again.
Actually, I say he picked up a yard. I don't know that he did. We've got a timeout on the field with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first half of play. Texas City 14, Silsbee 6. We're going to take a commercial timeout. This is the Stings Football Network.
A cellular phone is a wise buy today, whether it's for business, security, or peace of mind, and especially if it's free. Yes, through September, Wise Buy Cellular is offering a free Motorola cellular phone plus 1/2 off activation and first month access charges. Wise Buy Cellular is an authorized agent of Cellular One and is a division of the Windshield Doctor located at 1206 Highway 3 in Lamarck. Make a wise buy on a cellular phone at Wise Buy Cellular and call 935-3466.
We're back live here at the Kirby Memorial Stadium.
Very good. Very good. Of course, the people watching this Sunday afternoon won't be live.
Yeah,
they'll be alive.
That's right.
But this game won't be live.
We've got 4 minutes and 2 seconds left in this half, in the first half. Texas City has a lead, 14-6. And Silsbee Tigers are faced with a 4th and a long 2 at their own 11-yard line. And looks like the offense has the plan, and the defense is going to try and stop it.
And the Sting fans are on their feet.
They sure
As
are.
the Silsbee Tiger fans.
Salinas calling the signals. Takes the ball and pitches to Spearman. He loses his footing. With some pressure, Ryan Mills gives the pressure in the backfield.
Right.
Eludes the block. And
Exactly.
Spearman tries to make the cut and cannot cut. Knee hits the ground. Excellent penetration by Ryan.
That's the second time that Texas City stopped them on a 4th down, deep in their own territory. Another good job by the, okay, I'll say it, the Sting G defense.
Make it stick. I tell you, that's got to give the defense some confidence. That's 2 4th downs, deep in territory.
You know, I told my wife I wouldn't say that.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, she'll be proud of you.
I'm sorry, Tammy.
You just wanted to say your wife's name.
Yeah, well, I owed it to her.
Adrian Acosta for the Stings. He pitches to Rawls, and it looks like we're going to have a halfback pass. Rawls puts it up, and he trips. We have a
There's
trip.
no
Joe
flag
Grant.
on the play.
I think they're going to look at that as incidental contact. We've got some action out on the field. We've got to stop that. We've got to get that stopped.
Now there's the flag.
The flag, I believe, is going to be a personal foul. I don't know who they're going to choose to call that on. Josh Hall and their number 87. What's his name? Desmar Alexander.
They called it on both sides.
Offsetting penalties. We've got a lot of boos up here. I think you probably picked that up with the crowd mic. But the officials will rule that incidental contact.
I think yes, that's exactly what the fans are upset about.
The play happened right in front of Coach Dowling, and you see no contest from the coaches, or not a whole lot of contest, I guess. Those things happen sometime. But still, I'm not going to say we're happy with it.
Works for me.
The Tigers will get another chance. With a little under 4 minutes to go, Salinas calls the signals. The defense can hold them here. It would look very nice. Spearman takes it around the left side, looks for room, doesn't have it, and
Lance Dale
Dale.
does a great job of shoestring tackling him, as he was probably just a half a step away from breaking open again, trying to go around the other side. Nice job by Lance. Good
Tigers
pursuit by the whole defense. I'm sorry, Jim.
Exactly. They're plugging up. The Tigers are running to the short side of the field and running out of room on that one.
No gain on the play.
Again, you've got the one-back formation. Salinas drops back. He's going to pass this time. Gas the pressure, and he throws up a wobbler. And Jackson comes back for it. The ball hits the ground. He's going to look like he tried to catch it.
He's going to... He thought about arguing his cause and realized
he didn't have a chance.
It won't work.
Nope. Jackson did a good job of coming back to that ball. Saw that it was an injured duck and came back.
Well said. It was end over end a bit. Third down.
Salinas goes to the sideline to get the play. Brings it back to his team and is going to try to see what they can do with a 3rd and 10. From their own 48-yard line. Calls the signals. He does the fake to Spearman. Sets and throws, and it's blocked by Jermaine Anderson. And it's picked up by 65. And goodness gracious, Ryan Mills will have nothing to do with it. He says, no way you're getting by me, big boy. The flag is waved off.
He came in quick, but they were just, I don't know if he was maybe just throwing, thought he was throwing his marker.
Well,
mark the spot.
I can't figure if they were going to call an illegal receiver downfield or what exactly they thought was going to happen.
Very possible, might have been.
Brings up 4th, and they will punt. Jackson to do the chores and gets off a good punt.
Nobody back for Texas City.
Nobody back, and they're going to have a chance to down this one. Going to be way on down. 2:39 left in the halftime. Texas City will take over the ball on about the 3-yard line as when we return. But right now we're going to take a commercial timeout. Texas City 14, Silsbee 6. This is your Stings Football Network. Calls the plays, and he's going to be safe and give it to Rawls. Rawls keeps it alive.
Looks like he broke out over the 5, so maybe about the 6 or 7 yard line.
Rawls the ball carrier for Texas City. Joey Dunn. Back at the tackle.
Over on the sidelines here, you got Lance Dale, Leroy Sherwood, John Thomas, Daniel Damian, Dion Christian, all are getting a fresh drink, and I'll tell you, they have done a good job of defense tonight.
They have. They've chased the ball everywhere it's been, done a good job. They've been out on the field a lot.
They sure have. Acosta with a 2nd and 5. He gives to Desmond Powell. Desmond Powell keeps his feet alive, and he is finally wrestled to the ground. He's going to gain about 15, I believe, about 13 yards on the carry.
Boris Wilson made the stop for Silsbee, but not before Desmond runs over one tackler and picks up the 1st down.
1:50 left to go. That is plenty of time for the Stings to be able to score. The clock is running as the Stings prepare for a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Acosta calls the signals. Rawls gives to Rawls around the left end, and Rawls picks up about 5 yards.
Number 33, Alvin Jones making the stop.
And the clock will continue to run.
Gain on the play of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 for the Stings.
You know, seeing Derek Whitener out there again, it's talking to his dad the other day at the quarterback club. I know he has been just chomping at the bit for 2 or 3 weeks now to get back in the game. He's got to be one happy Stingery
Exactly.
lineman, and doing a good job.
The offside play to Desmond, and Desmond again keeps his feet running, feet moving.
Inside handoff to number 42, Desmond Powell.
Looks like he's going to pick up 3.
Number 42, Joey Dunn.
Joey Dunn in on the stop for Silsbee.
Wilson and Alvin Jones also in on the
You
stop.
see the clock with 30 seconds,
3rd down and 3.
and it still runs.
believe Rusty will be happy to go into the locker room with a 14-6 lead, and I can't say that I blame him one bit.
Well, it seems that we've got a little bit of a wind. We've not been putting the ball in the air as effectively. We've got the wraparound draw, and Desmond takes it for the first down. And the clock runs out. And that's the end of the first half of play. Your Texas City Stings 14, Silsbee Tigers 6. We've got halftime coming up here. And as the Stings head into the locker room, we are going to take a commercial timeout. Actually, we're going to keep going because we've got the Texas City Band up first. So we're going to keep it here. We're going to watch the band.
And Adrian Acosta had one rush for 27 yards, but if you'll remember, that was a very important 27-yard run for Adrian that set up a scoring drive for Texas City, kept a scoring drive alive for Texas City. Passing, Acosta has 2 completions of 2 receptions on 5 attempts for 23 yards. He did throw 1 interception, but he also threw 1 touchdown pass to Joe Grant. Yards rushing team-wise for Texas City, they have 154 yards on the ground. Silsbee has 94. Texas City has 23 yards passing, and Silsbee 43 for a total of 177 yards for Texas City and 137 for Silsbee as the Stings come back on the field.
You can see that the Stings have more yards rushing, more yards passing. Well, not more yards passing, but actually more yards, total yards.
Yeah, that's the thing that has kept this game close. I'm looking down some of the other stats. There's been a couple of things for Texas City that stand out are turnovers.
Exactly.
They have fumbled the ball twice, lost it once, and they also have 2 interceptions for a total of 3 turnovers. Silsbee has only lost the ball once on a fumble. And another big stat that stands out is Silsbee has 1 penalty for a total of 5 yards.
Big yards.
Where Texas City has 7 penalties for 65 yards.
That has been, actually that could be the recap of the first half with those 2 stats, fumbles, turnovers, and penalty yardage. Penalty yardage, I wouldn't say that have hurt the Stings that much, as their drives have remained alive on
yes,
both of those.
Fortunately, like we've talked about all at the first half, they've sucked it up, even though they've been set back 2 or 3 times on good gains on their first few possessions, or first few downs in each possession, but they have come back and regained their momentum and stepped it up.
Now the fumbles, that's something that's hard to overcome.
Yes, they are, especially when you lose them.
Texas City will receive to begin the second half.
Daniel Damian and for Texas City and Robert Arline, as you just saw, met at midfield.
The officials are huddling up and they're fixing to do the old, ready, let's go, ready, hey, break, all right, we're ready to go.
And the one with the white hat comes out with the ball.
We've got a beautiful array of Corvettes.
Yes.
That are carrying the Princess, I guess is what you call them, around the field right now.
We just had homecoming ceremonies here at Silsbee.
Richard Presley, I believe, has his eye on the 62.
Yes.
Nice red little 62 Corvette down there. Talking about the car, not the girl. And we're ready to take off in the second half. Kevin Boutte and Everett Rawls back deep for the Stings. Are ready to take off for the second half.
Brad Sanford again will do the kicking chores for Silsbee.
Texas City begins the second half with an 8-point lead, 14-6, as the ball is put in the air. Rawls fumbles the reception, then he takes off and eludes some tackles,
nice running
has some room, and the kicker brings him down. Kicker makes him spin, brings him down. Rawls with some eyes all over the field to make some beautiful cuts and some excellent blocks.
Picked the ball up at the 6-yard line, carries it back to the 39.
I bet that would be about 33 yards, huh?
Yes, that would work for me, Dennis. Thank you, Mr. Calculator.
Thank you. Good field position for the Stings. I tell you, this is going to be nice. Start out with the ball on the 39-yard line. Adrian Acosta at the helm. And he pitches back to Rawls. Rawls has some room. Excellent block by Desmond Powell. You've got Ray Ramirez out there trying to give him a block as well.
Everett's very close. As a matter of fact, it's close enough to be a first down.
Rawls is favoring the left ankle a little bit as he gets up and heads back to the huddle. Again, Desmond Powell springs a block there on the end, allows Everett to turn the corner. One more cut, and could perhaps have been 6. 1st and 10 for the Stings. Jermaine Jackson in motion. Ball again, pitch to Rawls. And Rawls takes him right up into the center of the line.
Well, he just buried his head and said, I'm going through to see what I can get. And he got about 2. And we have a Silsbee Tiger down on the field.
I tell you, in the backside, Hector Riano comes and just levels Iva Jones. Takes him to the ground. And Iva gets up, looks like he's talking smack. I don't know exactly what that was about. But we've got an injury timeout. Gives us a chance to take a commercial break. And we'll go ahead and do that. We have 11 minutes and 10 seconds. We're only about 50 seconds into our second half. But we're going to take a commercial break. Texas City leading 14-6. And this is your Texas City Stings Football Network.
Cellular One, the one telecommunications company for your cellular service. Cellular One, a company started in Galveston County, has the largest home service area in the state of Texas. Whether you need a cellular phone for security, your business, or just convenience, Cellular One should be your company of choice. Cellular One's slogan says it all. Clearly the best. Give us a call.
Introducing the Abdominal Reanimator. This amazing device is the only piece of exercise equipment you will ever need to get results like this. The Abdominal Reanimator is very easy to use and comes with its own instructional video. The Abdominal Reanimator is the only exercise device sold today that works back, shoulders, chest, and the abdominal region. You will start to see and feel the effect of the Abdominal Reanimator immediately.
At Kirby Memorial Stadium, which is not a pretty sight. Number 15, Horace Wilson, was just carried off the field after an explosive collision with Everett Rawls.
Looked like a head-on collision, and once again, credit to the EMTs, the doctors, trainers on both sides. They were not going to take any chances.
Exactly.
Taking him to the hospital and just check him out, make sure he's okay.
Did see some movement, so hopefully he'll be all right.
Yes.
Adrian Acosta gives to Rawls, and Rawls picks up the first down behind the blocking of DeAndre Long and Desmond Powell out there on that right side.
Hate to see anybody get hurt. It's definitely dampens a few spirits right now. Both teams will have to just
Gonna have to refocus.
Exactly. It was good to see both teams down on one knee, thinking about their teammate and opponent for a while.
Costa with the quick set to the line, gives to Rawls, and Rawls cuts through. Again, loses control of the ball. Gonna see, they're indicating that he was not down when the ball was fumbled. And they're already pointing the direction of the Tigers. I believe the official decision has been made that it will be Tiger ball, as Everett Rawls is jolted loose from the football.
Looks like number 87, Dasmar Alexander, was the one who fell on the loose ball. City will take over at about their 37-yard line.
It looked like it was pretty close to action being stopped. Don't know where the knee was, but the officials were right on it, so I'm sure they feel comfortable with that decision. Salinas calls signals, gives to Spearman. Spearman has some good blocks and makes it outside for about a 13-yard gain.
Finally brought down by Tyrone Jones. A little help from Marco Vasquez. but not before the first down is picked up.
First and 10, Tigers.
I think, Ronnie, your point of spirits dampened and refocus, it's going to have to happen here. The
Yes,
defense was not out on the field when it happened, but got to kind of get some excitement going here for the defense. Got number 83 in motion. Richard Simmons. Spearman gets the pitch, and he is
Tripped up first by Leroy Sherwood.
that's right, with John Thomas coming in to help out. Evercrawl's in there as well on the stop. Looks like he picks up about 2.5, maybe 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Excuse me, 2nd 7.
Ball rests on the 45-yard line, and Silsbee comes up to the line of scrimmage.
Jasper 36, Nacogdoches 7.
Salinas checks the defense out and calls the signals. He's back to pass. Has the short route open and in and out of the hands of Ramsey Gaines for an incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down.
Also at halftime is Lamar 22, Cold Springs 0. Tyler John Tyler 7, Galveston Ball 0. And Hitchcock 21, Hampton Burnett 7. Also Keener leads Armfield at the half 14-6.
3rd and 7 for Silsbee. Defense needs to step up here and shut them down.
Salinas calls the signals. And he's back. He's going to have some pressure. And a fumble. What are we going to call with the official? The official's going to rule him down.
Oh, he called him down.
And he's going to, he's changing his mind.
Now they're going to talk
Some
about
discussion. We've got a flag on the play.
There's a flag, that's right.
Over on the far
They're calling
sideline
offsides
against
on
Texas City. And again, there's, don't know if you can hear the fans or not. They're not really excited about the difference in the calls tonight. But however the case, we will have the penalty stepped off against the Stings.
It'll still be 3rd down, but it'll be short.
Exactly.
So short, probably about maybe 4 yards, maybe even 3. How about 2? Tough play for the Stings.
Tough play.
The fans are up, going to back the defense.
That was Daniel Damian coming in on the hit. Salinas is up, and all the Sting fans are on their feet as well. You can hear the crowd. He gives to number 33, a new ball carrier. Looks like he's going to get the first down. Iva Jones.
Leroy Sherwood was there to make the stop.
Draw your attention to the Sting schedule. We've got next week our first district contest. The District 23 4A will kick off with probably one of the biggest contests of the year, of course, for the Stings, as they take on the Cougars from Lamarck.
From where?
I believe it's Lamarck.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should be a great game. Lamarck hosting Cold Spring tonight for their homecoming. Just heard a score about that a little bit ago as Lamarck is ahead. Salinas airs it out. Has Jackson in the end zone. And Jackson hauls the ball in for a touchdown. And
well, they got new life on the penalty.
they sure did.
Gave them a second chance at 3rd down. And,
That was a costly penalty. You're going to probably see, don't see the kicker in.
they'll go for the tie right now.
Salinas just took steps back and set and put the ball up in the air, and Jackson really had some excellent acceleration.
Nice pass.
To haul that ball down on the goal line. Salinas again checks out the defense and goes under for the snap. He's going to fake the Spearman, come out for a pass into the end zone, and the extra point is good. A 2-point play, 2-point conversion. Pass good to Richard Sermons. Called him Simmons a while ago. Don't think he's the aerobic man, but Silsbee capitalizes on that penalty, and we are knotted up at 14-14. Texas City here at Silsbee Kirby Memorial Stadium. We're going to take a timeout, a commercial timeout, with 7:43 left in the third quarter. This is your Stings Football Network.
At Village Pizza and Seafood, you're gonna love what you eat. Village Pizza and Seafood, specializing in good food fast. Come in and try one of our pasta dishes, or maybe one of our fresh, delicious salads. We also have great pizzas, and our shrimp and chicken dinners will make you forget all about those burger places.
Our food and our service just can't be beat. You're gonna love what you eat.
Village Pizza and Seafood, open 7 days a week at 1820 North Loop 197.
We're back and ready for the kickoff. We have the Tigers have just scored, and new life definitely along the far sideline. Tiger fans are pretty excited about being tied up with the Stings, who are favored to win this game. Actually, almost by 3 touchdowns, I believe.
I believe so, Dennis.
Kick is in the air.
It's going to go to Everett Rawls. Takes it at about the 5-yard line.
Everett looks for a spot to run and gets tripped, but he still brings the ball out to about the 24-yard line. And the Stings have to make the decision here to pick up the momentum and step up the intensity, because the momentum is definitely on the Tigers' side right now, with the excitement of the touchdown pass and tying this ball game up. We'll see the Stings rise to the occasion as Acosta takes the snap from Travis Lewis, pitches back to Butte, and Butte definitely great second effort as he's wrapped up. He's going to pick up about 5 on that carry.
Kevin was hit there a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage and did a good job just doing a spin move and picking up a couple of extra yards before he was finally brought down.
And you saw that on the replay as he makes an excellent spin move to pick up that 5-yard play. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Acosta takes the snap and gives again to Kevin Butte, and Kevin puts it up into the right side of the line, and he's going to fall forward. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3 yards, 3 yards on the carry. Lots of pursuit there by the Tiger defense.
Leading that pursuit was number 77 again, John Weissnap. 3rd and 2 for the Stings. This will be a big down. I guess they all are, but
Acosta looks and sees the blitz coming, and he's gonna take it on out. Looks like he's gonna keep. Gets around the end and gets past the yard marker for the first down. Acosta shows his ability to run on that play as he gets on out around the end of the defense.
Hayden did a good job, exactly, of getting around the end, cutting the corner, and picks up the first down.
Take a little bit of pressure off the Stings offense. As he pushes that ball across the 35-yard line to about the 36 for the first down. DeAndre Long on your side of the field comes wide. The one wide receiver. Acosta calls the signals and hands to Kevin Butte. Kevin holds on to the ball. Again, takes a spin and spurts it on up for about a 6-yard gain.
Finally brought down by number 26, Donald Robinson.
Actually going to be a 5-yard gain. 5.5. You see some different looks from the Tiger defense. They are pulling their linebackers and safeties up into the line, showing blitz on quite a few different plays. And of course they can do that with Texas City with one wideout. Kevin Butte takes the handoff, and he is caught about the line of scrimmage.
Number 18, Butte, once again the ball carrier. Nice defensive play turned in by number 23 of the Tigers.
Jason Hollyfield stopped. Butte tried to outrun him, just couldn't get around.
Couldn't quite get around the corner. It's going to bring up third and 4 for the Stings. Tyrone Jones and DeAndre Long in for the Stings. Tyrone goes wide on the far side of your screen. DeAndre on this side. Acosta puts the ball up for Tyrone, and he's there with some interference, and Tyrone misses the pass. But we're going to see what the official calls. Tyrone looks like we have
They're calling it against
Texas City. Tyrone looked like he may have put his hand out on that play, but was almost taken to the ground by the defender. Again, I believe 15 yards against the Stings, and loss of down will bring 4th down. I tell you, that is a costly penalty, and
Tough one again.
it's kind of hard to see again on the far side of the field what exactly happened. The official, being on top of the play, determines that it's offensive pass interference, and the Stings will punt. Acosta checks his team, making sure everybody's there in place. Paul Lopez will punt. Ball is snapped high. Lopez controls and puts the ball, a nice punt into the air. Nice punt. The ball's going to take just a slight bounce. Is that a 46-yard?
Yes.
About a 46-yard punt for Paul Lopez.
Nice punt against a little bit of a wind, into a little bit of a wind. For Paul.
And that punt was timely. We need to put the Tigers back into their own territory. Seems like we've been giving them the ball in the Badlands.
They have had good field position.
Salinas dries his hands and reaches in for the snap, calls the signals, have some motion, and look like they fake the reverse. Jermaine Anderson gets in the backfield and takes him down hard. We have a penalty, however, on the play, and you be the guess. You do the guessing as far as who you think it's going to go against.
Well, I'd like to think it was holding on.
Well, you'd think that where it came from, that's what it would be. We'll see. Face mask.
They are calling face mask against Texas City.
And probably from the position and from the place, I would venture to say that may be a big one. We'll see what they decide. Nope. He doesn't take very long strides. Sets it down for the 5-yard.
Inadvertent face mask.
Will remain 1st down. Jermaine Anderson gets into that backfield and just doesn't even bite a bit on the thought that might be a reverse. He just takes a beat on the quarterback and stays with it. We got the 4 out wide for the Tigers. Salinas gives to Spearman, and he's met the backfield. Leroy Sherwood. Jermaine Anderson remains.
Nice job by
handle. Oh my goodness.
Great hit.
Sherwood shows up in the backfield, uninvited, of course.
Yes, he stood him up, and Jermaine was there to finish it off.
Jermaine grabbed the back of the jersey as if not to find the face mask on that one. Oh, whoa, what a play. That just that's a 10-yard loss, actually. Spearman found no room on the play. Sting fans are a little excited about that one. And Salinas will come to the line with 2nd and 14. Back to pass, and he's got the short one. Oh, looks like it's, oh goodness. Daniel Damian was there. Looks like he might have had the interception, and it was taken back away by number 10. That was an interesting play. It's going to be a
40-yard pickup.
40-yard pickup for the Tigers.
Wasn't sure for a minute who even had the ball. Looked like Daniel had just as good a chance at it as anybody else.
However, Robert Arline comes up with a I guess I would probably call it a takeaway at this point. The official having some conversation with Jermaine Anderson, and don't know exactly what that was about. But again, the Tigers come up with the big play. Salinas calls the signals. Looks to pitch to Sherman. And he's met by Jermaine Anderson. For looks like about a game, maybe of one, if one.
Richard Sherman's defensive end for Silsbee is definitely having his hands full tonight, trying to put the blocks on Mr. Anderson. Jermaine just throws him aside. Does a good job of holding his ground.
The ball carrier, Dietrich Spearman, I think I might have called him Sherman. Spearman has done most of the rushing chores for the Tigers tonight, and Jermaine looked like he'd had about enough on that play. Salinas looks and gives to Spearman. Spearman, Leroy Sherwood, and Lance Dale are right there to wrap up and bring Spearman on down to the ground. Looks like he may gain another yard on the play.
Lance Dale was in on the stop. So Texas City would bring up 3rd down and 7 for Silsbee.
Again, the Sting fans on their feet. A little bit of excitement for this big play. 3rd and 7. Salinas makes the call, steps back, drops back, puts the ball up for grabs. Daniel Damon is there, ball still up, and it's caught. It is caught by Jackson. The ball batted around. Daniel Damon had a hand. Believe it hit the other receiver as well, and Jackson comes up with a Merry Christmas to You catch.
What other kind of break can they get?
I tell you, Ronnie, it has been a lucky night for these Tigers.
Daniel was right there, had nothing just to catch the ball. It just popped out of his hands, hit the receiver's shoulder, and as it's going to the ground, another receiver picks it off the ground before it hits the ground.
Brings up 1st and 10. The ball's placed on about the 11-yard line, and a missed snap, miscue, and it looks like everybody just stopped. Everett Rawls, fortunately for the Stings, went ahead and took action on the play as he brings Salinas to the ground.
Center snapped the ball, and that was the only person that moved.
Exactly.
So Salinas said, I guess I better do something.
Both sides of the ball. Second down and 10. The official comes in and moves the ball back about a foot or two. Didn't like the spot. And again, 2nd and 10. Salinas comes to the line, checks out the defense. He gives to Spearman. Spearman has a hole, and it closes up fairly quickly.
It's Leroy Sherwood's the first one there again, coming down the line.
Looks like he picks up about 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards. 3rd down and 6. The Tigers can make a 1st down as the first down marker looks like to be
about the 1, yes.
So there's a possibility for a 1st down. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We are knotted still at 14-14 as Texas City against Silsbee. Silsbee has the ball on about the 7-yard line, and we're going to take a timeout during this change of field. We take a commercial break. We are we'll take a commercial break. This is the Stings Football Network.
After a hard day, good friends go to McDonald's for a break. Have you had your break today?
back in Silsbee. After 3 quarters of play, we're knotted up 14-14. Silsbee's got the ball, 3rd and 6. They can't make a first down.
Very important play here for the Stings defense. As Salinas looks back and just puts the ball up in the air for Jackson. And it looks like Joe Grant is there.
In and out of his hands.
Exactly.
Good job. In and out of his hands, but a good job by Joe Grant. That'll bring up 4th down for Silsbee.
The ball was just put up in play. Salinas just puts it up in the air. Kind of up for grabs. As again, Joe Grant comes in to provide defense. We'll have a field goal attempt. And it's up, and
it will not be good.
Not good. I couldn't tell if it was partially blocked.
I think Ryan Mills might have got a beat though.
I think he might have. He looks like he's pretty excited.
Good job by Ryan. Texas City dodges the bullet.
We're going to stay with you. I tell you what, Texas City, the Stings rose to the occasion on that series right there, the last 2 plays.
They did, Dennis. I'm worn out. That was a tough series for Texas City, but they hung in there, did a great job. The defense, like you say, rose to the occasion, and they have dodged a big bullet right there.
With the missed field goal, the ball will come back out to the 20, and that's going to help Texas City, I tell you, with a breath of fresh air, breath of new life, and like you say, Ronnie, dodged a bullet. Adrian Acosta will call signals for the Stings. Jermaine Anderson moves to the other side. Rawls has an opening and a shoestring tackle.
He follows the lead blocking of Desmond Powell. And the right side of that line.
Looks like he was tripped up by Iva Jones. And Iva must have had a hold of the shoestring pretty well because he tripped up Everett as he got...
looks like he got about 8 on that, maybe 7.
Yeah.
They're calling it 2nd and 3. So I guess we will too.
We've entered into the 4th quarter, and we have got a tight game and very exciting on both sides of the ball. Acosta calls signals as Joe Grant is in motion, and the give is to Rawls. Rawls busts through the line out into the backfield, and he's finally brought down again after a gain, looked like about 8 yards. Picks up the first down.
Ronald Robinson in there, the first one on the stop. But again, not before Everett picks up the first down. We just need some of that smash mouth football now.
Is that a Dowling term?
Is it? I believe that is one of Rusty's. I don't know.
It seems like
we'll give him credit for it.
It seems like I see that a lot.
If it's not one of Rusty's, it should be.
Yes. Acosta on first down, pitches to Rawls. Some good blocks laid out there by Josh Hall to open up a little bit of room. It's like a pickup of about 4.
Joey Dunn on the stop for Silsbee. 2nd down.
And Rawls with quite a few carries here in the 2nd half. He is doing a workhorse of the load for the Stings at this point. Acosta fakes the pitch and gives to Desmond. Desmond has some room around the end. Ray Ramirez with the great block out on the side, and Desmond still on his feet and being brought down by number 22, the Tigers. Chris Simmons saves a touchdown.
Looks like 34 yards on the carry for Desmond.
Desmond Powell burst around the right side of the line. Now, I'm going to tell you, there was no maroon shirts there, so you've got to say that the right side of that line was doing their job over there.
They're going to spot it at the 29. That would probably be about a 31-yard pickup for Desmond.
First and 10. Acosta gives to Rawls, and Rawls has some room, and he's brought down. Looks like he's going to pick up about 10 yards. And we've got the folks, the officials, looking at the marker. Don't know if it's going to be enough for the first or not. Yes, he says it is, and we definitely will want to agree with him. First down Stings.
Again, a nice job by the left side of that Texas City line, just opening holes, and Everett's taking advantage of them.
Acosta takes the snap, gives to Desmond up the middle. And Desmond is met by...
Takes about 5 of them to bring him down.
He is met pretty quickly by quite a few folks of the Tiger persuasion.
There you see a good group of the Texas City fans that made the 2-hour trip from home to Silsbee.
Also went on that last tackle. No gain.
It's good to see folks here. I'll tell you, this is a good drive.
It is.
Good 2-hour drive for many folks, and it's good to see the support of the athletic program like you have in Texas City. Acosta takes the snap, gives to Rawls. Rawls again with some running room. Jermaine Anderson with a great block. Derek Whitener with a great block. Again to give Rawls room.
Yes, he did. Chris Simmons grabbed him about 2 or 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, but
took a ride?
Just took a ride for a few more yards before he finally bulldogged him down.
He's Rawls has stopped about a yard short of the first down marker, and the ball is placed at the 10-yard line.
Be 3rd and 1 for Texas City.
And the Sting fans, you probably can hear them saying, "We're ready to go. We're ready to go, guys."
Now the coaches' wives are leading the cheers here.
Yes. Acosta gives to Desmond around
got
the
all
side.
kinds of room.
Oh, he's in for the score.
Nice job on the right side.
Screen
Yes.
block for Tommy O'Connell as he holds up the left side of the Tiger line. Tommy says, "You're not getting him." And Desmond scoots on by and into the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown run.
Derek Whitener was over there too. Dennis threw a great block, and Desmond, like you say, he gets past the front line. His legs are not going to stop moving. And a good job. A total team effort. One
Exactly.
team, one goal.
That's right. I think you should write a song.
Maybe tomorrow.
Klein hands in to do the PAT chores. It's up and it's good.
Nice job by Jody.
The Stings spring back and they take the lead 21-14 over the Silsbee Tigers with 7:39 left in the 4th quarter. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be back in just a minute as you're hearing right now from the Texas City Football Stings Network.
Precision Tent and Truck Accessories at number 24 Highway 146 North is locally owned and operated. Stop by and see Paul Manley and his friendly crew for window tinting, truck grills, bed rails, bed liners, running boards and bumpers. Lower your insurance cost with the installation of an anti-theft alarm. Precision Tent also offers complete turnkey installation with any purchase. Get the right look. Stop by Precision Tent and Truck Accessories today.
We're back as Texas City has just scored with 7:39 left in the 4th quarter to go ahead 21-14. A nice drive, nice sustained drive by Texas City.
And Ronnie, I can breathe now.
Yes.
It's very difficult having this thing on my head and mouth because I get excited and I want to do some yelling, and I know that wouldn't be a good thing.
That was a very tense 3rd quarter as we start.
Sure was. Paul Lopez puts the ball high into the air. It's received by number 26, the Tigers, and he has some room.
That's Ronald Robinson.
He's going to bring the ball out for a good DeAndre Long, reaches out and grabs a hold. And finally brings him to a stop on the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Was it Robinson?
Yes, Robinson gave him some good field position. They'll take over at the 40-yard line.
Robinson with a burst of speed carries it across the field over towards the Silsbee sideline and returns that one for about 30 yards. Salinas to the line, 1st and 10. Salinas' pass way down low.
He tried to try and look over Jermaine Anderson, and it just wasn't going to happen.
We got to look here at the District 23 4A standings. Lamarck, Texas City, Santa Fe, and Lamar Consolidated all at 3-1. And I tell you, Ronnie, that's going to be a pretty tough race for even those first 3 spots.
It's going to be an interesting district. You know, this year is the first year that the 4A schools have 3 teams that can go to the playoffs. So I have one team going to the big 4A playoff and the other 2 going to small, and there'll be plenty of chances for folks to make the playoffs this year. Second and 10. I'm sorry, dude.
That's okay. You got Salinas back to pass, and he's fumbles the ball, and we don't know who's got it. We've got a lot of folks around it. Jermaine had a shot at it.
Texas City says
Texas
they
City
have
is
it.
excited, and there's a fight going on inside
The referees are trying to clear this pile
The
up.
referees are picking them off one at a time.
It looked to me like a Silsbee Tiger was the first one down on the ball, and I believe they have
They're going to retain
regained
possession.
Nice job.
It's going to be third down with a loss of about 7. That was a very interesting recovery. I saw white shirts all around it, and then
somehow maroon one slipped in.
Got in there. You're talking about that playoff situation, Ronnie. You know, Texas City being the largest school in District 23 4A, if Texas City places in the district first, second, or third, they will have the big school, I guess you'd call it the big school spot or the Division I spot.
That's correct.
In the playoffs.
That's right.
Next week, of course, Lamar comes to town for the first meeting.
Ryan Mills, fumble on the play.
As I'm talking with you, we got action going all over the place.
Silsbee has recovered the fumble. They tried to do one of those dipsy doodle plays.
I see a flag in there. I think the flag in there on the bottom of the pile. We'll see what that is. Maybe it wasn't a flag. Maybe it was the marker.
Just a ball marker, right. A nice job and a good hand for the Sting defense. Taking them off the field.
Ryan Mills met the ball carrier, again, back about 7 yards deep. Brings up 4th and 25.
DeAndre Long standing at his own 35-yard line.
He got a shank
side of his foot.
Everybody get away.
They're going to mark it out. Yeah. The 36-yard line is where they're going to protect City. Will take over.
We're talking about breaks here. Texas City, I wouldn't call that a break. I would call Texas City's excellent defense on the past 2 plays.
Exactly.
And then the break comes.
Exactly. You know, it takes a good defense, it takes a good team effort. And I think what they've done, it looks like Silsbee might be a little rattled right now.
I think so.
And it all started with Texas City holding them down inside the 10-yard line, and Silsbee coming away with no points at all.
Texas City, Mo is on the Sting side now.
Mo has turned.
As Adrian gives the ball to Rawls, and he is going to walk that ball in. Touchdown, Sting.
Off the left side of that line.
And that is a nice sight to see. A 35-yard run for Everett Rawls.
Well, you know, it was just a matter of time before that happened.
I don't believe anybody touched him, Ronnie.
I don't believe he did, Dennis. As many times as he's busted through that hole, that line of scrimmage tonight, it was just a matter of time.
Exactly.
And the time is 6:26 in the fourth quarter.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Nice job.
Klein hands in to attempt the point after. Adrian Acosta on the hold. Ball is up. It's through. It's good.
Good. With 6:26 left in the fourth quarter, Texas City scores again, takes a 28-14 lead. Let's take a break with them. This is the Sting Sports Network.
Cellular One, the one telecommunications company for your cellular service. Cellular One, a company started in Galveston County, has the largest home service area in the state of Texas. Whether you need a cellular phone for security, your business, or just convenience, Cellular One should be your company of choice. Cellular One's slogan says it all. Clearly the best. Give us a call.
It's been a 14-point turnaround. The Stings.
Tell you what, they are proving they have heart, and they never say die. And no matter what adverse conditions come up against them anytime in the ball game, they're showing they can come back. You know, Coach Downing was talking at the quarterback club that him and Coach Etheridge from Conroe were talking. I'll pick this up in a minute after the kickoff.
I think you're going to have offsides on the kickoff as the ball is fumbled. And again, number 81 for Texas City, Johnny Solis, gets in to trip up the ball carrier. And again, you'll have offsides on Texas City, as the indication is. And I'm sure that the Tigers will want that ball to be kicked over again.
As I was saying that after the game with Conroe last week, Coach Dowling was saying that he and Coach Etheridge from Conroe were talking about exactly what was the difference in that ball game, and they both agreed. Coach Etheridge said he was in total agreement that the difference was the fourth quarter, and it was the off-season training program that Texas City has in place, and Coach Etheridge was talking about getting that in place, this being his first year there at Conroe. But the difference was Texas City just wore them down.
Wore them out.
And I think we're seeing that again tonight. It's a credit to all the coaching staff here at Texas City, their weight trainers, everybody that takes a part in the athletic program. Is they've just, they're a well-conditioned football team.
Well-conditioned, and I tell you, the attitude of the team also, I'm very impressed with. These students have been dedicated to the task of keeping their bodies in shape and focusing on what they need to do to accomplish their goal for the year.
Exactly, and you know, and being around some of the kids during the week as you are, and I get to be around them a little bit, that carries on off the field too.
Sure does.
As these guys are just as good a guys off the field as they are on.
Exactly. As Lopez prepares to kick again, puts the ball in play, a short kick.
Pooch kick.
And it's taken and down. Don't want to take a chance there. And
that's number 14 for Silsbee. Kevin Holyfield thought about running and said, I think I'll just stop right here.
Coach Dowling's not excited about something, or is excited about something, I should say. You're talking about the attitude of the students on and off the field. As the injured player just a few minutes ago, as he was being tended to, noticed the guys taking a moment of silence back in the backfield. I thought that was just an indication of the excellent character of this Texas City Sting team.
I think there's some extracurricular activity going on the, while ago on that play on the field that Coach Dowling was not happy that there was nothing called. It was after the play was already down.
Okay. Spearman with the ball takes around the right side and hops for a gain. Everett Rawls trips him up, and Spearman still hops forward for about 6 yards.
Yeah. Looked like there wasn't much there, but he did a good job of getting 6 yards out of it.
Again, Everett looks like he's favoring, this time looks like he's favoring the right ankle. He stays on the field as Salinas prepares to take the snap. 2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Looks to pass. Salinas has some pressure. Leroy Sherwood in with a sack.
Ryan Mills was there first to make him hesitate and look for a second receiver, and then Leroy Sherwood said, you're not going anywhere, fella.
Loss of 5 on the play. A very timely pressure, very timely move by Ryan Mills and Leroy Sherwood to force the sack.
Puts them back to the original line of scrimmage here, 3rd and 10.
Third and 10, 4:52 left in the 4th quarter as Salinas calls the signals for his team. He's going to pass the short one. Pass intended there for number 10, Robert Arline.
Daniel Damian was right there and putting the pressure on him, and he had not a chance to catch that ball.
I think Arline was better off not catching that ball.
I think he heard footsteps.
Oh. Of course, the ball was thrown down into the ground by Salinas. Not a whole lot of chance to make a play on that ball. Jackson will punt and gets a good one off, and Tyrone Jones is in the backfield, picks that ball up, and he stopped at about the 29-yard line.
Kind of a gutsy play there to pick that ball up after it's bounced a couple of times, but he held it in his hands and picked up about 7 yards after he picked it up. So
Tyrone wanted to assure that that ball didn't roll on any further back into further into the Sting zone territory. Stings take over again with 4:32 remaining. We're gonna see what how much we can eat the clock, I assume, on this possession.
Or we could just go ahead and score again.
Well, you know, that'd be nice.
Either one's
Let's
fine
just go
with
ahead and
me.
do that. Desmond with the carry. You know, and he picks up, looks like about 5 yards. He barrels for 5 yards.
Yes.
Gives a couple of...
He was wrapped up about a yard behind the line of scrimmage,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't going to, he's not going to be brought down by one man.
You know, we were talking about the rating system earlier today. You and I were talking about it. The Harris poll has the Stings constantly every week dropping down in the ratings.
Isn't that amazing? You know, Coach Dowling was asked that question today. Can he explain that? Although ratings don't really mean a whole lot, and we don't put a lot of in that. But and he said, who can explain it? We win each week. We win against the 5A school, and we keep going down. Who knows? Maybe we just didn't beat somebody's point spread.
Boutte on the carry. He's met at the line of scrimmage by
Chris Simmons was the first one there
Chris
for
Simmons.
Silsbee.
He's helped out by a few other teammates, Jason Hollyfield. And going to give him credit for a yard.
Third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Stings. And if we are going to eat that clock, this will be a determining play. DeAndre Long and Daniel Damien up at the top of your screen. Is that Joe Grant? That's Joe Grant.
Yes.
And wraparound draw, Desmond Powell, as it beautifully run. Desmond picks up the first down for the Stings.
Another great job by Desmond. He's finally brought down
I
by
tell you,
number 33, Iva Jones.
and you've got to give Adrian and the line credit for that play as well.
Definitely.
The fake was carried out beautifully. In fact, I think the officials even were going to the other side of the field.
Which is okay too. If they go that way,
That's
they won't throw flags.
Well, they like to throw them on that side, but
I think they must be new flags.
you got to get them aired out, I guess.
Yeah,
That's what they've been
get the
trying to do.
wrinkles out of them.
Ready for district play.
Well, the wrinkles ought to be out of it.
They should be. Boutte carries, and he's wrapped up at the ankles. Boutte tries to follow Desmond through the hole and gets wrapped up. We have a timeout on the play. Timeout Silsbee. And we will take a commercial break. We'll take a timeout with them. With 2:32 left in the game, Texas City leads Silsbee 28-14. This is your Stings Football Network.
At Village Pizza and Seafood, you're going to love what you eat. Village Pizza and Seafood, specializing in good food fast. Come in and try one of our pasta dishes, or maybe one of our fresh, delicious salads. We also have great pizzas, and our shrimp and chicken dinners will make you forget all about those burger places.
Our food and our service just can't be beat. You're gonna love what you eat.
Village Pizza and Seafood, open 7 days a week at 1820 North Loop 197.
At the helm. He gives to Desmond again around the left side, and Desmond has some room to run. We're going to see if Desmond can do it. He is brought down about the 2 or 3 yard line.
It's like about a 48-yard run, and Desmond is disappointed.
I tell you, Desmond wanted that end zone so bad, but I tell you what I saw, Desmond putting that other hand on the ball.
Yes, he was not going to let go of it. We saw some happy Stingerettes there. There's a lot of happy fans right now.
Desmond Powell hits a beautiful hole and takes it right up the center of the field. In fact, the ball could not be any more in the center of the field than it is. Is denied the end zone by number 10, Robert Arline.
First and goal.
Adrian takes the snap and pitches to Kevin Boutte, and Kevin jumps
Nice
on
job
in.
by Kevin to put it in.
That's right.
Oh, that feels good.
Oh, I tell you what, we were
That's
talking
nice.
about that 3-touchdown lead that we didn't know if it was going to be there or not.
You think maybe Mr. Harris will move us up a notch
I doubt it.
in this rankings now?
I don't know.
We're gonna get close to his spread anyway.
Jody Kleinhand's in to kick, as we've gotten to see him do a few times tonight. Adrian Acosta on the hold. I believe that's Tommy O'Connell that's snapping the ball. Ball is having trouble getting the snap down, and it'll be, got to get on that ball. Snap was high, was not handled, but the Sting still score.
This was a minute 58 left to go in the ball game. Texas City's up 34-14. We're going to take a timeout here. This is your Sting Sports Network.
The excitement in the Sting stands. And we've got the coaches' wives section right in front of us, and they are keeping us on our toes. Stings have the lead, 34-14, and it is nice to see that score on the board.
It's good to hear Dixie being played in the background this time of the ball game. A lot of fun.
That's right. Michelle Dowling up here worried about the camera angle on the on her well,
cheering.
she's
her
facing
cheering.
the other way. And Stings are prepared to kick off. Paul Lopez puts the ball in play with a strong kick this time, and the ball is handled by number 26.
That's Ronald Robinson. Once again, he does a good
Got some
job.
room. And Matt Duncan finds his way back to the ball carrier.
Matt Duncan making a tackle for Texas City.
Finds his way back and brings Robinson down. Robinson, he brings that kick out about 20 yards up into about the 30. I believe the ball is placed at the 31.
31-yard line, Dennis. With a minute 48 left.
I think probably you're going to see Silsbee try to do some catch-up here. Probably should see Salinas test his arm.
Yeah, we're liable to see some air under the ball a little bit here.
Dietrich Spearman has not had the second half that I know the Tigers would have wished that he had had. We've got that short, the out to the sideline, complete to Jackson. Adam Dixon, number 48, is the first one there to wrap him up. Has some help from Joe Grant.
You know, kind of reminiscent of last week a little bit is Brock Hardaway from Conroe kind of took control early in the game, did a lot of good running, and the defense adjusted and shut him down the second half. The same tonight with Spearman.
That's right.
He's had a good game, but this fourth quarter he's been awfully silent.
That's right. As Rock Cartwright.
What'd I say?
Hardaway.
Oh, my bad.
But that's okay.
He looked like Tiki Hardaway.
That's right. You comparing him to him last week. Spearman, just got through saying, hasn't had much running room this half. And he gets out to the side and picks up about 10 and the first down.
That's enough for me. I won't say anything about him again. He's going to pick up 10 when I talk about him.
A minute and 2 left in the ball game.
And counting. We're under a minute now.
And Silsbee on the move, trying to chip away. The clock is moving, as well as Silsbee on the move.
As well as the Silsbee fans. There's not a lot of them left.
I tell you, they have cleared out.
It's homecoming. They want to get to the dinner and dance.
That's right.
Quick, maybe.
That's right. Got to get home, getting ready for that parade tomorrow. Salinas taking his time under the center, drops back and puts. He's going to be pressured and caught. That's again
Adam Dixon.
That's right.
Nice job by Adam.
Adam Dixon slips into the backfield to make that sack, and the clock is at 10. And
You know, Dennis, I'm sorry, Adam.
That's okay.
Adam Dixon was the scout team MVP this week.
That's right. And he
This
has
past week.
done an excellent job tonight. Salinas with one more play, and he is pitches to Spearman. Spearman is run out of bounds on the far side of the field. That is the end of our ball game, folks. Final score, Texas City 34, Silsbee Tigers 14. It's been a great, great night for the Stings.
It has. Let's take a commercial break here, Dennis, and we'll come back and wrap it up. From Silsbee Stadium, this is your Sting Sports Network.
At Village Pizza and Seafood, you're gonna love what you eat. Village Pizza and Seafood, specializing in good food fast. Come in and try one of our pasta dishes, or maybe one of our fresh, delicious salads. We also have great pizzas, and our shrimp and chicken dinners will make you forget all about those burger places.
Our food and our service just can't be beat. You're gonna love what you eat.
Village Pizza and Seafood, open 7 days a week at 1820 North Loop 197.
You see the excitement in the stands. Got a picture of the coaches.
The coaches' wives.
Coaches' wives.
We'll take money now, ladies. For putting you on
I might have said that correctly. I said you got a picture of the coaches. You know, behind every good man, there's a good woman, a better woman. Isn't that what they say?
I think you're right.
Ronnie, tell me your thoughts of tonight.
I tell you what, another tight game, Dennis. Ended up being a 20-point win for the Stings. They just stuck it out like we talked. They've got heart. They never lose sight of the end goal, and that being a win. They had some tough times, a lot of penalties to start both halves, actually, but did a good job, hung tough, got through some adversity with the penalties and the injury to the Silsbee guy, and we do hope that he is okay. But, man, I tell you what, a super job tonight by Desmond Powell.
Exactly.
Don't have the final stats as to how many yards he had rushing, but as we were talking during the break, he's bound to be close, if not right at 200 yards rushing. He had 88 at the end of the half on 8 carries, and we know he had the 50-yard run, and I think he had another one for at least 20. So Desmond had a great night, as did
Sure did.
the offensive line again.
Sure did. I tell you, some interesting things from tonight's game that I think will carry over to next week. Coach Dowling talked about the quarterback situation. Acosta did a tremendous job of controlling the tempo and controlling the team tonight. Did a great job at the helm, and I know that's got Irvis Hill, noticed him on the sidelines a few times tonight, and know that he would love to have been in this game. But the things were going well, and the offense was perking, and I know that we're going to see Irvis back at quarterback eventually.
That's right.
To and fro, but that's an exciting thing to have for the Stings.
That's right, Dennis. As we go out and end another game here, let's as we hear the Sting school song being played, we look forward to seeing everybody over in Lamar next week for the big showdown, the Bayou Bash or whatever they're calling this thing. But it'll be a tough game like it always is, and we look forward to seeing you folks there.
I tell you, that's going to be, of course, one of the biggest games of the year as we start district play in Lamarck. The Stings, I believe, with this kind of win tonight, are going to go in there with some momentum, and it's going to be a great contest.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I've been looking forward to that for a year.
Yeah.
So we hope to see you all there next week.
We'll cross the tracks and see what happens. Here they are, cheerleaders football team. Another great win for Texas City.
We're going to take a commercial break at this point, and we'll be back to you in just a second. This is your Stings Football Network.
Scribbles Advertising is the place to come for all of your personal and business advertising needs. Stop in and talk to the experts, Steve and Kim Borowski, and let them put your logo on any type of advertising media. Scribbles Advertising uses only the highest quality shirts and hats for its embroidery and transfer work. Remember, Scribbles Advertising, locally owned and operated, is ready to serve you today.
Well, Coach, outstanding game. A little slow in the beginning, but y'all finally picked up in the end to take it. What do you think?
It's almost like a flashback to last week, you know, the way we started. We started off really slow, and second half, you know, we were real excited about having the ball to start the second half. We thought we'd be able to take it and drive it. But we had, I believe, 4 turnovers tonight, just outside of the penalties. We had 4 turnovers, and we had one on that opening drive of the second half that hurt us a little bit. But the thing is, I told the kids at halftime, I said, we're Texas City. We're used to coming from behind. We've been doing it now going on to 4 years. And if we hold our composure, everything will work out okay. And fortunately, for the kids it did, and for, you know, 2 of the contributors here it did, and they did a good job coming back. I was very proud of them, just like last week.
Without a doubt. You know, each week when we watch you run, we expect that jumping up and kicking around. We didn't see a lot of that tonight.
Well, I've been out for a week, and it gave my shoulders a time to heal, but it also made me real tired when I ran. And like Coach Allen said, it's never over till the Texas City Stingrays say it's over.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Let's go to the big player here. Well, what do you think about the game tonight?
Well, we started off slow, like Coach said. We had a few turnovers on offense. But we picked up the composure later, and just real slow. At halftime, we said it was a 0-0 ball game. We're just a comeback kids, Texas City Stingrays. So next week, we had a big game next week. We start district, starting for the state playoffs. So we got Lamar starting that district. So we'll have a good week of practice next week. We can get Lamar.
Are you ready for Lamar?
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
What do you think about the team, Coach? Are you ready for Lamar?
Oh, they're going to be ready for Lamarck. You know, we're going to enjoy this one for a day or so. At least I am. I don't know about these two, but I'm going to enjoy this one for a while. But, you know, we prepared hard for Silsbee. Silsbee's a fine football team. They've got some good kids, and they did some real good things to us. And but we're glad to get out of here with the win, and, you know, we'll go back and savor this a little bit, and then we'll get ready for the Lamarck Cougars. We will indeed.
Congratulations, guys. 4-1, Stings. Until next week.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, man, let's go.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.